WARDCAM now has the ability to print costing information on the report that you can generate in the last step in the process. So I'll just step through here and put a toolpath on this part. And then in the last step here, the post screen, click on CNC. And then, of course, after you generate the CNC file, you can generate a report. And I'll just save this one here. So if the button's turned on, which I'll show you here in a moment, then it can print out information as far as estimated cost per hour and estimated cost per part. So to get that to actually print up, when you're in this last step here, if you go up to the Options menu and then Edit Variables, and first you need to go over to the Reports tab, and if it's not already turned on, then you need to basically accept this waiver that you recognize that these are all estimates and etc. So you can turn that on. And then down here, this Print Cost Info button will also need to be turned on. You also have the option to be prompted about whether you want to print the cost information or not. So if you want to print up one version of the report that you send out to the shop and you don't want people seeing the cost information, you can come in here and turn that off, and then or be prompted to print the cost information or not. So if that's turned on, then you'll be prompted for that. And then as we scroll down here at the bottom of this tab, you also have the choice of using simple fixed costs and simple other consumable costs. And if you choose that, then on the machine tab, there are a couple fields here that you just put in. Here's the simple fixed costs, $100 an hour. And then if you scroll down here, there's also a field for simple other consumable costs. So those two numbers would be added up together and then applied appropriately. And if you choose not to use the simple fixed costs, then you have all these various fields here on this tab that you can fill in accordingly: abrasive cost and depreciation period, hours per year you want to run the machine, interest rate, etc. And overhead. And there's our simple fixed cost, non-productive time down here. So if you want to factor in time for programming, loading, offloading, getting ready for shipping the parts, etc., you can factor in non-productive time. You can have a different hourly cost for that non-productive time. And then you've got things like cost of your abrasive nozzle and expected life of your nozzle and other consumable items. So you can adjust those accordingly. And just so you can see it, I'm going to go ahead and turn this button on. So if that prompt button is turned on, when I go to generate the report, it'll prompt me whether I want to print the right cost information on the report or not. So if I leave it as 1 for yes, then it'll put it on there. And if I do the report and choose 0 for no, then it'll do it like the other version where that information is not there. So if you have any questions on that, let us know. Thanks.